Naam, kwanza ningependa kuanza kwa kuwasalimu nyinyi nyote wa jumuiya ya African Entertainment Reviews. Hamjambo?
Hatujambo.
Nayo ni furaha yangu kuwakaribisha tena katika jukwaa hili ambapo mnaweza kujiburudisha kwa kuyasikiza maoni kuhusu sanaa ya Kiafrika kutoka kwenye mwenyeji wa bara hili.
Sawa mwalimu. Sawa.
English, motherfucker!
Okay, so I might have alienated a very significant portion of my audience with that intro alone. However, that was just but a taste of what an intermediate to a semi-proficient dialogue delivery in Swahili actually sounds like.
Lili, mabawa yake yako huka kwenye mwili. Je, umeshaona malaika? Hapana, malaika haonekani.
And yeah, I really wasn't kidding when I said intermediate to semi-proficient Swahili speech. All despite being born, raised, and still currently holding residence in one of 4 countries to have Swahili listed as an official national language. Of course, not forgetting the dialect variations of the Swahili language within the other 3 countries of Tanzania, Rwanda, and Uganda, and the wider scope of the spread of the language across Africa and parts of the Middle East in Congo, South Sudan, Somalia, Mozambique, Malawi, Zambia, Comoros, and even Oman and Yemen.
Lakini tazungumza na nani huko?
Lazima utapata mtu.
All of this being a long-winded way of me saying that the evolution of the Swahili language from a lingua franca into a major language has given it a layer of complexity in its utilization even amongst the native speakers. So, when non-native speakers pick it up for their Hollywood productions, it absolutely makes my day.
Wasichana, na huwa sasa hivi manajisikia kama bariali ya tabani. Lakini, matachiniache tunatishi sana moya shaza waliogangwa. Sota tudukuwa na nedui kesho asafui.
I mean, most times these dialogues do come out as completely unintelligible gibberish, which I imagine must be utterly infuriating to Swahili purists.
Yabba dabba dabba do.
Ha? Yun kusema nini?
Ha, mishy gishy gushy gushy mishy meshy mushy motherfucker.
Ha? Sasa lugha gani?
However, they do somehow still tend to appeal to me in some way or the other. From early Hollywood productions to date, the industry has encouraged the incorporation of foreign languages to their scripts in a bid to add life and reality to their worlds.
Wewe kweli unaelewa unachofanya?
And hey, as far as that practice is concerned, I am all for it, even though some may argue that it is the lowest level of diversity and inclusion there can be. Which, granted, is exactly just that, given that a language's native speaker, usually a local residing in the filming location's country, is commissioned for a scene or a few lines, and even at times being voices in the background from extras who are given absolutely no screen time. But then again, that's the crux of these scenes, to give the major characters of these productions a chance to flex their multilingual knowledge, a show of either their eagerness to learn.
Who's that guy? It's my Swahili instructor. I have my proficiency exam next week.
Nice.
Yeah.
A consequence of anthropological activity.
Chunga memes up.
What did you say to them?
I told him to take care of you.
You tell them I can take care of myself.
Okay. Watch him up. Akili Menji.
Or simply know-it-alls who speak it all.
Ndio bwana. Nimezaliwa Zanzibar.
Natoka huko. Habari gani ndugu?
Nzuri sana.
You speak Swahili?
You down?
And for some reason or the other, I always find these highly entertaining. Where most people would cringe at the absolutely atrocious delivery of a piece of Swahili dialogue,
Baba yangu alikuwa mwalimu wa Kiingereza hapo Zanzibar.
I howl in laughter.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
And where actors actually do their due diligence in the study of the language to bring forth a masterful performance, I am always left in awe. Other than the absolute entertainment value I get from these scenes, which there can be no higher praise for a piece of, well, entertainment, there also comes equipped a tangential advantage to the incorporation of the Swahili language into scripts and naming systems, as was seen in the Lion King franchise. If you have seen any of the Lion King franchise, you have gathered at least a few Swahili words. Rafiki means friend, Simba means lion, Hakuna Matata means no worries, Timon means... Wait, what?
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
this motherfucker.
I figured as much. Please comment down below if you're in one of the other Swahili dialects that actually has this translation for Timon.
Anazungumza ajabu sana.
What is he saying? Anyway, yeah, back on track. The inclusion of the Swahili language, as we have seen from the Lion King franchise, has actually increased the awareness of Swahili and has taught a few Swahili words to people who would have never come across this language. Okay, confession time. I did sneak in the American Pie movies into my collection and I watched them a bit too early for my age. But putting that on the back burner for my therapy sessions, what I actually do want to address is that I have never forgotten this proverb from the film. Kumbuka, wanafunzi wangu. Fisi haweze kunusa harufu yake. And whilst I could just speak it normally, I always deliver this line exactly as it was delivered in the film because it has stuck with me for that long.
Kumbuka wanafunzi wangu. Fisi haweze kunusa harufu yake.
That said, I also would be remiss if I didn't put a caveat on you not exactly always repeating what you hear on the screen. For example,
Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase.
Hakuna Matata was a very tame starter phrase for foreigners to express their knowledge of the Swahili language. In the 90s, we, on the other hand, do not say that as often as you may think.
We don't do that here.
Actually, in the past 2 decades, I do not think anyone has ever said it directly to me. And that's much on the safer side. You would not want to be caught repeating something like this.
Mama yako anatambwa na punda.
Where'd you learn them dirty Swahili words?
And no, I am not translating that for you. I am just glad I can put this up on YouTube without fear of censorship. But yeah, even in all of its profanity, I still could not help myself from cracking up when I first heard this. And I did do this video mostly to rave on about my favorite Swahili scenes in Hollywood. However, Swahili in Bollywood,
Anipega risasi.
Dugu bambata rafiki, anapega risasi.
अरे उसके भाई के आदमी लोग बाहर से गोलियां चला रहे हैं।
भैया पे क्यों? मगर क्यों?
Sababu umenipa mimba, kabla ya kufanya harusi.
Meaning.
Just peak entertainment all around. All in all, and on a slightly more serious note, I do believe there are ways that we can leverage the Swahili language within the industry in more creative ways. One such way is as in the case of Nien Num, a character in the Star Wars franchise who, get this, speaks in Kikuyu and Kalenjin, two vastly different ethnic tribes from Kenya. The result is actually a flatteringly believable alien language.
We're in position. All fighters accounted for. Let that shield down on time.
And my idea is not necessarily to just plug in the Swahili language into any sci-fi or fantasy story and just play it off as an alien language, but an application along these lines or any creative adjacent thought criteria could actually get the most out of incorporating a foreign language into the film. And based off the reactions that some people had to Nien Num's use of the local native languages, I think some people might actually enjoy this. So do let me know what you think about the subject matter of this video down in the comment section below. What's your reaction when you hear your native language or your secondary language used in a film that is not locally produced or entirely dubbed in that language? Swahili speakers, do you cringe when you hear these line deliveries or do you just get a little giddy like I do?
Umerudi.
Rafiki yangu. Habari tusiku nini?
And what are your favorite or worst scenes where Swahili was introduced out of the blue? And that's about it from me, na ningependa kuwashukuru sana. Asanteni kwa kunisikiza na kwa kuitazama video hii.
Asante sana.
Na hivyo basi, kama ungependa kujiunga na jumuiya ya African Entertainment Reviews, basi hakikisha umekibonyeza kile kitufe cha kujiandikisha pale chini, yani subscribe button. Basically, like the video if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you want more. I have been your host, your soon to be favorite Uncle Omari, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Kwaheri.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!